it's CEO here, and today I'm going to show you how you can actually move your resident services building and plaza to anywhere you want on your island. This was previously impossible to do, but with some hard work and determination, you can get around this limitation set by Nintendo. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is CEO, and I also do Animal Crossing live streams on Twitch. I play Happy on Paradise, host island holiday parties, and do tours of your islands on stream. If you want to hang out with me and our amazing Animal Crossing community, stop by a stream. I'm live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. PT, which is the West Coast of the United States, aka California, and 9 p.m. Eastern, which is the East Coast of the United States. The link to my Twitch channel is above and in the description. I also want to let you know that my YouTube channel and associated email account were hacked at the end of this past January. My channel name and branding were changed and all my videos were deleted. If you want to know more information about this, please watch this video I made explaining it all. My channel is fully back under my control, but I know many of you were concerned. The video I made on getting hacked will explain everything and answer all your questions. It was an unfortunate experience, but I'm back stronger than ever and ready to make new and exciting Animal Crossing content for you. And now, let's get into the video. A feature new to New Horizons that excited all Animal Crossing fans was the ability to move buildings. In previous Animal Crossing games, all your buildings, once placed, were stuck permanently in their spots, forever. This meant you had to work around their locations rather than having the freedom to place them wherever you like at any time. It was great news that we could now move our buildings anywhere. No longer need to stress out about buildings being too far, too close, or in just plain weird locations. But with two caveats. The airport and resident services building are permanently fixed in place. So whatever location those spawn on your island, they are stuck there. Now if you ever started a new island, you know you get to choose from 4 predetermined island maps that include where your airport and resident services will be. So you do get some choice, but it's very limited. If you're hardcore, you can even reset the game to re-roll for 4 different island layouts. You can keep doing this over and over and over until you get a layout you like. Thanks to the research of Reddit user Gaming Chibix, we now know there are at least 95 different possible island layouts you can get, which means even more possibilities of building placements, since the airport and resident services location are not fixed to one location for each layout. So even though Nintendo does offer a lot of customization, us Animal Crossing fans are always asking for more. A big complaint I do hear in the Animal Crossing community is that your resident services is too close to your airport, so it's hard to design and terraform an entrance. Well, I'm going to show you how to make that a problem of the past. This method I'm going to show you can get around the horrible placement that Nintendo sticks you with when you start your island. Or maybe you're redoing your island and you want to move your plaza somewhere else to give your island a different feel. Well, I've got you covered. And now, the secret to moving your island services building and plaza is to have a modded switch. Using a modded switch allows you to use 2 programs to circumvent the building placement restrictions placed by Nintendo. Now, I won't be telling you how to mod your switch, but there are a ton of resources and Discord servers that can help you out. I've linked an invite to my Discord modding server below that can help you get started if you wish. And once you have a modded switch, this is where the magic begins. There are 2 programs you can use to move your resident services building and plaza, NHSE and Poker, and I'll go over both. I briefly talked about these in my previous video, how to put villagers underwater. So if you want to see your villagers drown, check that video out. NHSE stands for New Horizons Save Editor and allows you to change many aspects of your island that you can't typically change. This includes changing your airport color, villager name, island name, and hemisphere, just to name a few. This program lets you move not just your house and your villagers' houses, but any building, including those the game normally does not let you move. Here, I have my island loaded up into NHSE on my computer. In order to move buildings, you need to navigate to the Buildings tab. This menu will list all the buildings currently on your island. Your Resident Services building will be listed as Resident Center Structure. This is just the Resident Service building. It does not include the plaza. Once you've selected the Resident Center Structure, You can see below there are coordinates you can change for X and Y, which translate to the location of the building on the map. All you have to do is change those numbers, and your resident services building has officially been ripped from its position that Nintendo thought they could superglue down. But this will just move the building, so if you like a Plaza-less resident services, you're done. But I'm guessing you want the Plaza to come along too, and this is just as easy to do. The Plaza, however, won't be in the building list, but it will be above. You'll see the labels for Plaza X and Plaza Y. Just by changing these values, your Plaza will move anywhere you want on your map. Now, if you want it to look normal, you'll need to accurately place the building on the Plaza in the correct spot. You can guesstimate this placement, but I found that having the building 2 squares down from the Plaza and 5 squares on either side of the building to look good and valid, like you never moved it at all. And that's it for NHSE. The next program you can use to move your buildings is Poker. Within Poker, you'll use a feature called Bulldozer to move your buildings, and was actually recently added to the program. With it, you can move any building you wish, but you can do so in real time with Animal Crossing open on your Switch. With NHSE, you actually need to transfer the island file to your computer from your Switch and then transfer it back. Poker is all done live, which means all changes are made while the game is still open and running. All you need to do is open Bulldozer, and here you'll see the acres of your island and all the buildings under the Building tab. In this menu, select the Plaza and change the X and Y values to move it wherever you want. Then select the Resident Services building and do the same process with the X and Y values. Again, if you want the Plaza and building to line up and look normal, you'll need to play with the X and Y values to get them situated properly. You can also drag and drop the buildings where you want instead of using the X and Y values, which is great if you're a visual learner. Thus, moving buildings this way in Poker has a slight advantage than moving them in NHSE. So if you're impatient, Poker is definitely the way to go. You've probably noticed that these programs reveal that the Plaza and Resident Services building are actually 2 separate entities. I would have thought otherwise, but because they are separate, this can lead to some interesting and hilarious results, which I'll show you in another video. And that's how you move your Resident Services and Plaza. I know this feature won't be accessible by everyone, but I thought it was cool enough to make a video about it and see it in action on an actual island. Let me know in the comments if you would move your Resident Services if you got the chance. Or maybe you got lucky on your first island roll and got a really good Plaza placement. It would be awesome if Nintendo could let you move your Plaza, maybe using Nook Miles to redeem it. Or maybe give you a limited amount of chances to move your Plaza, because having it stuck in place is super annoying. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.